Hello, students. This week we are changing gears a little bit. We have done chemistry since the beginning of the year, and this week we're going to talk about energy, and specifically into two different categories, renewable and non-renewable. Our first word for this week is a non-renewable resource. This is a resource that will not replenish in human timescales. That means that that energy is made from something that once it's been used, it takes more than a human lifetime for it to be made again. Our next word is renewable resource, and this is a resource that will be replenished in human timescales. So that's a renewable resource. Geothermal, geo means earth, thermal means heat. This is an energy type, a renewable energy type, in which you use the heat from the earth as an energy source. You learned many times so far, I hope, that the core of the earth is molten metal, which is terribly hot, and you've also seen from volcanoes and other things that heat comes from the earth. So there's a way to use that to create electricity. Next word is fossil fuel. Fuel, we know, is anything that you use to make electricity or energy. Fossil is something that remains left over of something from a while back. So this is a fuel. A fossil fuel is a fuel like coal, oil, or natural gas. They're formed in the earth, under the ground, from plant or animal remains. Again, these are non-renewable. They're not made to keep up with how fast we're using them. Next word is a generic word for all types of renewable energy. It's called green energy. Green energy is any energy source that does not use fossil fuels. It uses natural sources, such as the sun, water, or wind. Next word is biomass. Bio meaning life, mass meaning a whole bunch of something. So biomass is when you use animal and plant waste as a fuel source, and it's renewable. So it could be brush from trees being cut down, could be animal waste like we call poo, and using it as fuel, biomass. Next word is stewardship. Stewardship is when you're responsible planning and management of resources. If you're a good steward of something that your parents gave you $20 and sent you somewhere, being a good steward means you would spend money on things that made sense and not just spend it all because you had it. So stewardship is responsible planning and management of resources. Exhaustible. Hope all of you have been exhausted at some point. That just means you're tired and all your energy's been used up. Exhaustible means able to be used up or consumed completely. So that's exhaustible. Replenish. Replenish, I've had some strange wait staff sometimes at places that would, instead of asking you if you wanted a refill, they would ask you if you wanted them to replenish your drink. Makes things a little awkward, but replenish means to restore a supply to a former condition or amount. So if your cup was full of sweet tea, you drank some, they would replenish it. That means they would fill it back up. Greenhouse gas is our last word. I'm sure you've heard this, and there's lots of talk about climate change and other things related to strength of storms like hurricanes and other things like that. Why the fact we had fall for a couple of days and it seems like we're having winter tonight. But a greenhouse gas is a gas that traps heat from the sun, and it transfers that heat to the surface of the earth or the atmosphere, making the overall temperature warmer than it would be if those gases weren't present. So a greenhouse gas is any gas that traps heat from the sun and heats the Earth's surface and the atmosphere. That's all for this week.